There is a way to find the roots of a polynomial by considering the sums of powers of its roots and employing some vector algebra. First, let me show you how to get formulas for powers of roots of a polynomial. So if you look at this page, you'll see how to develop the formulas. It's basically taking advantage of rules from multiplying sums. So let's see. You can see the multiplication rule comes from interchanging sums and splitting the indices. As you can see, when the sum of the squares of the roots is multiplied with the triple sum, when you pass Vn squared into the inner sum, you might have to split the sum into some parts. For example, when you see below the squaring of u11, you will see how the sum was split. So if Vn was to be passed inside, and that is if Vn1 was to be passed inside, you will see that you will get the sum, that is the second sum, from n1 equal to 2 to n, and n2 equal to 1 to n1 minus 1, will be changed to something similar to the first sum that says n1 equal to 1 to n minus 1 and n2 equal to n1 plus 1 to n. So this is how you start to develop the formulas for the sums of powers of the roots, and it's done recursively. You have to pause the video to work at the formulas to see that they are consistently correct. So for example, you can do this product for U33 and obtain its formula. So now let's get an example for the cubic polynomial. So we start with the roots v1, v2, v3. I just listed them out in a vector, and then we choose some basis set which we don't know yet, but we will control the behavior of the basis set and make sure we can use the idea that they are complete, so that we have an invertible linear transformation. And to do that, we are going to use some ideas from orthogonality. So, but first, the easiest way to choose them for me, I'll make one of the vectors be uniform, w, and then the other vector, the last one, y, I'll just choose it from the geometric series, complex geometric series. The sum, I said series, I mean sequence, complex geometry sequence. The size of the sequence and the, if I might call it, the fundamental frequency will be determined by the number of zeros. So in this case, you have 3 zeros, so you have division by 3. Now, as you can see, I try to find the middle vector x using orthogonalization. The reason is because when you perform the multiplication for the sum of powers of v sub n, let's say u11, which is v1 plus v2 plus v3, and then u22, which will be v1 squared plus v2 squared plus v3 squared, and so on. You have to perform the corresponding multiplication on the right side also. And when you do that, you have mixtures that are happening. So those mixtures involve things that look like inner products. I think there's a place I did some of it out.